Hey, here we go, guys. Happy Monday, Damon. How are you, brother?
I'm doing great, Kurt. Ready for a wonderful week before the 4th of July weekend.
Oh, isn't it? It's just a great, glorious week. We're going to talk a little baseball today. Got a little testy out in Seattle yesterday, but we won't get into that. But man, what a wonderful, beautiful day. Thank God it's Monday here on Manufacturing Monday Motivation. Damon, we have two amazing rock stars that we're going to be chatting with today. How about this lovely lady right here? Look at this. Amanda Compton, owner of Sangamon Reclaimed, woodworking guru in the great state of Illinois. And then I'm going to go over here to this young lady over there. Look at Michelle Fossett. Michelle, give a wave out. Give a shout out to everybody. So, guys, we have a manufacturer, woman in manufacturing, and we have one of the representatives from IMEC. IMEC is the Manufacturing Extension Partnership in the great state of Illinois. Amanda, I'm going to start with you, my friend. Good morning.
Good morning.
I know you're 11 o'clock Central Time here. How are you today?
Can't complain.
What's going on in your world?
Oh, well, I'm running the wood shop and I'm selling fireworks and we're all over the place.
You're a crazy entrepreneur. You're an educator at heart, and we're going to dig into this. Michelle, how's your world going today?
My world's going well today. Quite busy making up from I took a day off on Friday, so Mondays are even crazy as it is. So making up for all that great time and ready to hit it hard and talk about us ladies and what we've done.
These wild women in manufacturing. I absolutely love it. And so, Michelle, you've been my partner in crime. What an absolute honor, privilege it has been working with you this past year. We're going to dig into that. So, man, I want to kick things off with you, your background. So, woman in manufacturing. However, guys, if you check out now, Amanda's new to LinkedIn. She has her profile. I encourage, welcome anybody, start connecting with Amanda. We got to get those connections built up. But if you go on her profile, you take a look. Educator, athletic director, coach, Amanda, talk to us. Like, what's going on in your background there?
Well, I have a mathematics education degree and a computer science degree. So that's my trade. I was in the education field for 12 years, taught middle school math, and taught some science too, and then education. So you end up teaching all kinds of things like kindergarten PE and some health and a little bit of everything because education's kind of crazy right now. So that for 12 years, I coached sports from little kids all the way up to varsity. I coached varsity softball for 9 years. And then small school, I was the athletic director. I was the technology director. I did whatever they asked. That's what you do in education.
Right.
So then 2 years ago, I had my son. And so I decided to take some time off from school to raise him. I did not intend to fully leave school, but that's kind of how life took me. This was in the middle of the pandemic. So we had all the chaos going on. I had a brand new baby and we had this thing called COVID floating around. So
yeah,
I stayed in my house for a long time.
This little COVID thing, disrupting all of our lives, right?
Yeah. And then, so my husband and I started building our house right before the pandemic. And then middle pandemic, all the prices went insane, which I'm sure everyone knows that what happened. So we had to build our house ourselves. And that's how I kind of got into woodworking. We've planted trees and cared for our land for years and years and years. That's not new to us. But the building part was new. And so we started building our house and then I was like, this is cool. And he loved it. And so this opportunity, Sangamon Reclaimed, came along and we just felt like it's a family run company. My sister, my dad are all involved. It was right. It was the right time. It was the right company. It was the right place, the right people. So there you go. There's my 5-second spiel.
Man, that was juicy. What a great little spiel that was. Let's take it another step further. Okay. So you're educator at heart. Now, I believe, are you a Mizzou grad? Where'd you go to college?
I actually went to school in Indiana, Anderson, Indiana.
Okay. You went to Anderson?
And then I did get my master's at Mizzou. Yes, I did.
Okay. You got your master's at Mizzou. And you know what? Anderson, I think it might have been like my great grandfather that started Anderson. Just kidding. Just kidding.
I thought your face was out there.
That's right. So yeah, it's all over the campus. So, man, I hope not. That'd be scary. So let's dig into this. All right. I just want to recap this. Educator, steady paycheck. Maybe, if you're my wife's a teacher, you have benefits, maybe a pension, all sorts of stability as a teacher, right? This little thing, COVID, comes along, causes a little bit of disruption. You plunge into entrepreneurship. Take us through. So if somebody's out there like, man, Amanda, how did you do that? I find that so inspiring. How you talk about that leap of faith of going from civil servant, teacher, educator into entrepreneurship?
Sure. So I do own a couple other companies. I ran a photography, because teachers, you have to have 17 jobs sometimes to support yourself. So I own my own photography business, did that in the summer. My husband and I own fireworks stands. And then he owns his business. So and my dad, long time running, has been an entrepreneur. I think he worked for someone else for like 2 days and got fired. So he started his own company. And so I'm not new to it. But I'm very risk averse. So to take that, like you said, that leap of faith from stability, even when I was doing my photography, I still had stability. I had a paycheck, I had health insurance. That was a big thing. And so to step out of that took a big leap of faith and a great support network. So my husband, super supportive. My mom, my dad, my sister, very supportive. So I have this network of people that I was very blessed that helped me take that leap of faith. Whereas my dad didn't have that. He just leaped and survived it. And so I think that helped me. I had something as a teacher. I'm not going to lie. I had something to fall back on too. We always need teachers. So if I'm like, if this thing goes up in flames, I'm going to have a job, so I feel like I'm very blessed in that sense that maybe not everyone has that same support network, but I definitely did. And it has taken a village to make this thing work properly.
Yeah. We use that line all the time. It takes a village to raise a business. Damon,
we
talk about that on Friday. I'm going to give a couple of shout outs here. We've got John Baglino. He dropped a note. Happy Monday, everybody. He's coming from New Jersey. We've got Jessica. So cool. Cheers from Denver. So guys, drop us a note. Let us know that you're coming here, dropping by, give a big hello to Amanda, connect with Amanda on LinkedIn, drop a hello to Michelle, connect with Michelle on LinkedIn. So Michelle, let's come your way for a second here. So let's talk a little bit about your background and, your superpowers. How did you find yourself at IMEC? We're going to talk about the MEP in a minute, but talk a little bit about yourself and your background.
Sure. I actually started out in manufacturing years ago in the engineering department. Actually, my first manufacturing job was on the manufacturing floor, and that was in college. So that was the way that I learned a lot more about manufacturing. Decided at that time I wanted to take that next step and leap into the engineering side of it. So I ended up in engineering. I worked in that for about 12, 13 years, off and on. Really enjoyed it, but wanted to have more of that people connection and liked that whole piece. So I had stepped away into more of a people connecting type piece, worked as an independent contractor for a while, and actually worked with young people in the skilled trades, teaching them the importance of it, talking to them about the importance of getting into those skilled trades. And I found IMEC in the process. I'd actually gone through a training with IMEC on their Lean 101 and was first time exposed to them. And then I just happened to fall into this position where I actually took those engineering skills, added the people skills, and really love the fact that I can help Illinois manufacturers make a difference and connect with them. So it's been quite a roller coaster. I've been with them almost 3 years now. So I've made it through a pandemic and had lots of new, unique experiences that I know everyone has, but really have connected with lots of Illinois manufacturers because I work with all Illinois manufacturers. So I have no region, territory, anything. So it's been very exciting to talk to people like Amanda in Springfield or way down south or in the Chicago suburban areas. So it's been very exciting.
Well, I'll tell you, it's been an absolute honor, blessing. We've become fast friends, and I'm in awe and admire your passion, your energy, your enthusiasm, your dedication of helping manufacturers. Is just off the charts. You guys at IMEC do a great job. Explain to folks, okay, like IMEC, what are you saying? IMEC? What is IMEC? What is this manufacturing extension partnership thing? So for anybody out there that's not familiar with the MEP network, could you just give everybody like the little spiel on what is the manufacturing extension partnership?
So IMEC, first of all, we get asked that question all the time. I call and I leave a message and they're like, who, or whatever, because a lot of people don't know who we are. And that's one of our goals and missions. We need to let more manufacturers know who we are. But we are the Illinois Manufacturing Excellence Center. So we're the Illinois version of what's part of every state in the United States. So every state has it. We're part of what's called the manufacturing extension, or excuse me, extension partnership. And our job is to drive growth, enterprise excellence through the state of Illinois and beyond, as well as the MEP. And we have over 50 specialists in house that work with all the Illinois manufacturers. We do leadership, strategy, customer engagement, operations, technology, workforce, you name it. If we don't know about it, we will get you connected with someone that does. So we enjoy the fact that we're able to help the manufacturers in this state. And if they're from another state, we get them connected with those MEPs in those other states that can help them with those resources too. So definitely we help over 700 companies last year alone. And we look at it a 19-to-1 ROI for them. So those are reported numbers that we have. Yeah, 19-to-1.
19
Yes.
to 1
Yes.
ROI. So for every
Mhm.
dollar, 19 to 1. God bless you.
Mhm.
That is absolutely phenomenal. Damon, we've had the honor and privilege. We've done webinars, workshops at IMEC. We did some last year. We have some coming up in the fall.
Mhm.
So again, big fans, big support of what your director, Dr. David Belay, and we'll dig into your team in a minute because you have a rock star team at IMEC. Amanda, let's come back to you for a couple questions here. So, all right. So educator, athletic director, coach, new mom, COVID. Talk a little bit about Sangamon. Let's talk about the actual company. Maybe they have a cool history, but talk about how did you come into play here and what's going on there now?
Yeah, so Sangamon Reclaimed was founded in 2014 by a firefighter and a veteran, and he was taking down barns was how he started, and then it grew into what it is today, which is a custom woodworking and furniture business. We don't take down barns anymore, but we partner really closely with a couple of local people who do for lots of reasons. Number one, we want to keep everything as local as possible because we don't want to travel. I mean, well, aside from gas prices, but we don't want to travel these long distances with semi trucks, just putting pollution in the air and things like that. That kind of goes against our values. So try to keep everything local, and all of the stuff that we do, we work with local people. So our welder is local, our barn contacts are local, all of our tree services are local. Everybody we work with, we have engraving partners. Everybody's local, which is what is the company that I became a part of. So our friend who was the founder, I've supported him since he started. I actually bought one of his first things that he made. So small community. I mean, Springfield's the capital, but it's small enough. It's like a little big town, you know? Yep. And so I knew him and had been around. I've been very involved or not very involved, sorry, a strong advocate for his mission and what he was doing, supporting him. And so I've always known about it. And then, like I said earlier, when he was ready to sell, the timing was it was right for everybody in my circle. So my sister, who is a part of a corporate world with Anheuser-Busch, she knew that side of things. My dad, who is the entrepreneur, who knew that side of things. My husband, who needed to support me and my children, and my mom too. Everyone, it just was the right time for everybody. And so when it came to us, you know, we have a strong faith, and it was the right time. And so we purchased what the company is today, and we hope to grow it, which is where IMEC came in, because when we bought it, it was a one owner operation, and now there are 3 of us that are owners with big plans to expand and the right support system to expand.
Right. That is absolutely awesome. What an inspiration that you have there. When you talk a little bit about some of the products, you're talking about reclaimed wood, which is absolutely phenomenal, right? So you have women business owned, manufacturer, made in USA, sustainability. You're checking off a lot of exciting boxes out there. Talk about some of and we're going to show them in a few minutes, but talk about some of the really exciting products that you guys make at Sangamon.
Yeah, I feel like describing it, even pictures don't do these things justice. So we work with reclaimed wood from barns. And what sets us apart there is when we get this wood, it's full of nails and like all kinds of metal. So our machinery is set up to handle this stuff, which is how we kind of built our way into the reclaimed side of things. And what our guys can do to stabilize. So you're talking a tree that was 100 years old. Then it got cut down. Then it was a barn for 100 years. And now it's coming to us. So this thing has seen a lot of history, you know. One of the cool barns we have is Springfield. So we're all Abraham Lincoln fans. I guess the whole nation probably is. So Lincoln's law partner, Herndon, we have the Herndon family barn. So we took that down as a part of our company, brought that lumber into our company. And so there's a lot of history. Can you imagine what was seen there,
Right.
So the Springfield Visitors Bureau Center, the whole desk is made out of the stairs from that barn. And so they have a piece of the Lincoln history in, Lincoln
Yeah.
Central right now. So that's one half of our business. The other half is fallen trees or felled trees. So trees that were struck by lightning or that got eaten. We have a lot of ambrosia beetles that a lot of places do, but a lot of bugs in our area killing trees. And so we get those trees, we bring them into our shop. And then we can manufacture them into tables that can sit in your family home for years to come, which is my favorite piece is like, my parents' tree fell down. Can we do something with it instead of burning it, And
Yeah.
they bring it to us and we create this fabulous table that their family is going to pass down from generation to generation.
Right.
Yeah. Those are the live edge furniture is incredible.
Yeah.
It's incredible. I was just at someone's house over the weekend and they had integrated a really unique barn door style live edge door in their house. Their house. And this one was over the bathroom, but they did it with all the doors in their house.
So
it was
cool.
really interesting, with the nice roller assembly and then just the beautiful wood door. It was really something. Yeah.
We've been able to utilize epoxy too in a situation like that to really, you can enhance the tree, but you also stabilize it with epoxy.
Yeah.
So if there are cracks in it or it does all those bug holes and stuff, you just put some we've perfected that magic of epoxy. And now your tree's your tree, your door, whatever table is going to last forever because we've had this great technology of epoxy to help us keep it.
Yeah,
that's awesome. So Amanda, some of the different types of products you do, furniture, mantles, talk a little bit like some specific products, and then we'll pull your website out, take a look. Sure. And then I love, Damon, you should see these flags that Amanda and her team.
I've seen them. Yeah, there's something.
So Amanda, talk a little bit about some of the products that you guys make.
Yeah, so our most popular ones, we do custom design bars. So typically you're talking a basement bar, or right now we're doing a local, they're opening a cidery in town. And so we're doing their whole 16-foot long bar table, half epoxy, half lumber, sycamore.
Nice.
So we do bar tops, tables, the same thing, both epoxy and reclaimed wood. So we do a little bit of both. We also we're doing all the firehouses in Springfield are getting new tables. So 6-foot by 12-foot long tables made of reclaimed white oak from barns in our area.
Wow.
So they're bringing that history into their places. We love local, so supporting local. Yeah. So we do tables, bar. Those are probably our most popular. We do a lot of barn doors. We just finished actually a door like you explained, Damon. It was sycamore also with epoxy in the middle. I don't think I have pictures up on the website yet. I need to get those up there. And barn doors, like reclaimed wood barn doors as well. All kinds of designs. We can put the X's in, and my craftsmen are amazing. They can do all kinds of things. And then we have mantles, so you can actually get like these trees we talked about. They were 100 years as a tree, 100 years in a barn. You can now bring them into your home as a mantle too. Our barn beams. We have rough sawn. We also have hand hewn, like back when they were using axes to cut. To level these things out. So we have those. And then down to small things like hand-turned kitchen spatulas and spoons and bowls and things like that as well. And then my Flags for Heroes program is my favorite program. So we'll talk about that when you're ready.
Okay. Kurt. Man, Damon, are you getting chills on this one?
Yeah. It's so cool.
All right. So again, I just want to recap. If anybody's just joining us, again, drop a note, say hello, connect with Amanda here on LinkedIn, check out her website. You want to go to her social. I did add her website to the comment box here. I want you to please connect with our dear friend Michelle at IMEC. But what I absolutely love. So again, women business owned. Fearless entrepreneur. It takes a village. She has her whole family involved, and she's like, so many entrepreneurs we talk with, like they feel alone. Damon, we were just talking about this Friday. We had a manufacturer on, and we had the New York MEP Fuse Hub was on the program, and so many manufacturers feel like they're on a silo on their own, not realizing that an organization like IMEC, like the MEP, is there to help you walk through that process. Man, talk a little bit about how did IMEC come on your radar and what some of the services that they've provided. You mentioned, or they were actively involved with you early with your process when you bought the company. Did you say that?
No, they came along afterwards. And it was just who contacted a friend of a friend of a friend was like, hey, you guys are, because we want to build up our Flags for Heroes program into that's kind of where our growth is coming from. And to do that, we needed some help to grow in the manufacturing side. And so a friend of a friend said, "Hey, have you heard about IMEC?" And so they brought IMEC to us, and they were like a godsend. So I'm so glad.
And what was that, when your friend made that connection, what was the first thing that IMEC helped you with?
So this was actually our first project, which was building a website that can take us national. Right now, what we were working with was free, and it were local. But in order to grow and to really be able to get our services to people outside of our city, we needed help. And I didn't have time to do that. And so IMEC came along and said, "Hey, we have experts in this. We are going to support you in this." And they just came right alongside me. And now we have this beautiful website that you'll see in a minute.
That is awesome. So Michelle, now we're coming back to you, my friend. So, traditionally, so folks that are familiar with the MEP network, they might be thinking like operational excellence, maybe ISO certification, workforce development, which you guys are superstars. As you mentioned, you have 50 subject matter experts on the team. You have all sorts of third-party resources. So if there's a problem in manufacturing somewhere within the network, and even on a national level, because you have NIST in your back pocket and 50 other MEPs, you're going to find a subject matter expert. So if you're a manufacturer out there, you have a challenge, Michelle and her team, they'll find somebody that will help you put that fire out. But you guys put together an amazing, incredible program called Grow Your Future. Can you just tell the folks a little bit about, like, again, because I didn't know the MEPs that help with marketing and social media and websites. Talk a little bit about how this program came about.
Well, I would say it was a combination of a lot of projects that we did. Last year, we did something called Move Ahead Faster, which was, we were fortunate enough to have grant funds, and that was a variety of different programs, including cybersecurity. We did have some different other programs that were part of that. But what happened is we conducted an interview of, I'm going to probably say this wrong, but I'm going to say over 1,100 manufacturers.
Wow.
It was like right coming out of COVID, the early on part, and asking them just general questions. Operations, it was an operational needs assessment, and what were their needs. Growth came to the top every single time as we looked at all the numbers that came out of it. So when approached that we were able to have these grant funds available to give to these Illinois manufacturers, growth was the first thing that was thought of. So then internally we have a great team. So leadership came together along with our third party resource manager, Melissa Zerbel, and they just developed these programs and put together. We worked with 9 different third party resources that were different subject matter experts along the way. And so we were able to do e-commerce, website design. We did social media, teaching and help them with their social media piece. We also had like make your pitch. So we helped them go out and get those sales and know how to talk to people. We had fill your pipeline along the way, and as well as SEO boosts that were taken care of. So we were fortunate enough in a very quick amount of time, because we were tasked with, we had to have this done very, very quickly. As you know, Kurt, how fast we worked. Even you, Amanda, they just went to town, didn't they? It was very quick turnaround. 4 weeks was the minimum, but yet no more than 6 weeks for the most part to get these closed. And we were lucky. We were able to help 127 different manufacturers out there with one of those. And there's been a lot of follow-on assistance that has been recognized, the areas of opportunity for these manufacturers to continue to grow, because that was their first step at growing. So now we're helping them along the way with these different subject matter experts we have in-house. It could be they need help with workforce and they don't know where to go. Their leadership might be looking to develop internally. You talked about operations excellence. That covers so much. And we will go in and help them just do a free assessment of their establishment. Let's talk about where you're at. The cool part is that's what we do. We just talk about where they're at. Our experts go in and report to them what they've found, and they talk through it. And this program has really helped so many. We only see it getting better. The opportunities out there that are going to happen for these Illinois manufacturers, and we hit all across the state. I can tell you, every piece of the state was able to take advantage of this grant.
Nice.
So we're happy about that.
Yeah. That is awesome. Our dear friend Nicole Donnelly is here. She's worked with a number of IMEC clients, and so 127 manufacturers Are you kidding me? How cool is that? And she also dropped a little shout out to, hey, how about a big heck yes for all of our women entrepreneurs? And so, and Nicole and I were just talking earlier, she was on our program a couple weeks ago, Damon. She's fourth generation entrepreneur, great grandfather, grandfather, father. And now here she is helping manufacturers with marketing. And she talked about how she goes, one of the biggest shocks for her getting into entrepreneurship, she didn't realize how lonely it can get. Yeah. And David, and I know you face that with your clients on a daily basis. It's hard talk, Amanda, you have the privilege of like a lot of entrepreneurs in your family. Boy, if you're an entrepreneur out there and you feel alone, maybe your significant other, spouse is a civil servant, or your friends don't get it and they're just not quite grasping it, you can reach out to the IMEC or your local MEP and they get it. They get you. They understand your challenges. And like Michelle just said, they're going to meet you where you're at. I absolutely love this. So, Amanda, we'll take a little road trip and let's show everybody this awesome new website. So I'm going to share my screen, and how about, you know what, Michelle, I'm going to show our little program. Can you guys see my screen?
Sure can.
Yep.
Okay. So Damon, what we'll do is here's what I'll go slideshow. I'm going to back out of that because that gets a little messy. I'm going to go. Can you see? You can see that all right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Or does it look better when I go slideshow?
It looks better. You can see it better.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So Amanda, you inherited a legacy website, and I'll tell you, they did a great job. So, great history. Like you said, it was founded by an entrepreneur, fireman, veteran, right? Just talk a little bit about what the website was, and then we'll slide into what it is now.
Sure. So it was a free version, this website, and they did a great job of collecting information. All the barns that we took down the histories are on there. There's stories of a lot of great things. It's kind of hard to get to all of it, and the website as it stood didn't lead you into those things. And then the backside, the function of it. So to take online sales, I could take online sales, but it was very hands-on, like very high touch. So I had to go in and pull every single order and then go through and find their shipping address and then go through. It was a very, very high touch process. And if we're going to grow, I don't have time for that. So the backside of that was hard. And then it was also, it wouldn't connect with our point of sale. So we have a showroom in Springfield. We use, one point of sale there, and it wouldn't connect here. And so I would be showing 4 things in inventory online and 1 thing in inventory in the store. And then I actually had nothing. And so it was kind of like, it was very high touch, me calling the shop. Hey, what do we have there? Okay. I don't have, I'm out of that. Oh no. So the back end of this for growth was too high touch for where I was trying to go. The front of it, I liked the look of it. It was simple, it was easy to use, but it also didn't lead our people into getting the information about the company that we found so valuable and so cool to share that history and to share where these projects, even the projects weren't making it onto the website because it's so high touch to get them on the website. So that's where we started at. And that's why when IMEC came out with the Grow Your Future program, I think we got the tail end of it. Maybe, I don't really know. They had lots of great options. I needed all their options. I needed all 6 of the options they offered. And so I actually reached out. I think we might've talked to you, Michelle. I talked to my rep that I talked to here, and they kind of said, okay, let's talk about your needs and let's find a starting point for you. And so among everybody at IMEC and also Kurt, and Jason, we got to a starting point, which was you need a website that functions. So I started there. And then, my next steps will be the rest of the 6 that you guys offer. So fill in my pipeline with customers now. And then hopefully on the back end, I'm going to need help on my manufacturing side pretty soon. So, so you really helped me walk through where I needed to start. And then we ended up with this beautiful product right here, which is like no touch.
Yeah. This is awesome. And I know, and I tell you, so first off, Amanda, kudos to you for raising your hand that, hey, I need some help. So many, and especially I'm talking more to us guys out there, it's like, Damon, we always kid around like, hey, why do guys hate asking for directions? Because we don't want to be vulnerable. We don't want to ask for help, So this was fantastic. You raise your hand, and Michelle and the team, they come in, they're like, and what I love what you just said, they diagnosed, they didn't tell you what they needed. They helped you understand. They wanted to understand your situation, and then from there move forward. Man, to talk about, these pictures are just so awesome. Talk about some of the products on here?
Yeah, so on the far left there, you see Blue Cross Blue Shield down in Texas. So we did that barn door right there, and then the engraving and the table there. The second picture over, this is my favorite. It's kind of, I probably need to move that over just a smidge, but that is a maple table. That tree fell on that man's property, and he brought it to us, and we made, it's a 16-foot table that he has in his house right now. And this customer actually really helped me understand what I do. So it was, I love that picture. There's a picture where everyone's sitting around it, and it's like there's room for more, I love it. So yeah, so then our mantles are there, and our wallboard is also there on across those pictures.
Yeah, and so that mantle, and again, let's throw on our SEO hat for a second, okay? Mm-hmm. If somebody is out there looking for would they type like reclaim mantles, or like what are some of the keywords?
Barn beam mantle, yeah.
Barn beam mantle, isn't that fantastic? And boy, people love this. Like, what would you call it? Like, Damon, what was the term that you used with a friend that you were at over the weekend?
Live edge.
Live edge. So like live edge, reclaim wood. This is fantastic. Let's keep moving here. So you got different categories here. Mm-hmm. Talk a little bit about this page, Amanda.
Yeah, so this is just all of our different areas of expertise. And you can see each. So we kind of sectioned everything off into maybe how the customer would come in and what they'd be looking for and what they'd want to see there. And then we also have we separate. So we're very 50-50 commercial and residential. And so I wanted to highlight my commercial clients. I also wanted to really partner with my commercial clients. So I wanted to support them, and they support us. So Kurt, we talk about backlinks, not that I'm like, a special page, but all of my commercial customers now have links to their pages from mine. And so I want to support them like that. And then we also, of course, post on Facebook and Instagram and tag them and everything. So it was really important to me that we get them on here and then connect what they are doing with what we're doing and support them in that way.
Oh, that is fantastic.
And that's a key point too, because a lot of these companies, organizations are doing good things by buying local, doing that. Mm-hmm. And it doesn't go very far. That voice or that knowledge of what they're doing really doesn't go that far. And like when you're talking earlier about the firehouses changing all to locally sourced, the wood that you're reclaiming and putting on there, that's really something. And when you can help them promote that they're doing good things for the local economy, that's incredible. And the environment. That's incredible.
Definitely.
So, and then Amanda, you do a bunch of household like kitchen items and stuff.
Yeah.
These are so fun. Like what great gift ideas these are. I know, I think you have some. I think do I have more right there? There's some more right here, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So this is I'm proud of all these small products. We make some in-house, but we also support other local entrepreneurs. Nice. So if you see the earrings on there, the girl that makes those, her husband is in the military and he's deployed right now. And this is her way of supporting her family. So we get with her and we purchase from her, and then we sell to our platform of people that we have. Everything's handmade, and it's all sourced down to people with the same values and mission that we have. So we make a lot of these things in-house. Also, obviously we have some pickup to do on some of these products here, like titles and prices and stuff. But
and I'm sorry, and I took a lot of these pictures before everything was done. So this is from what we did is we did a presentation. I can jump into the website real quick, but I just want to show
the website looks phenomenal.
Yeah. And like this, man, I love this page more. Mm-hmm. So talk about the Chris Kyle Foundation.
Like your heroes.
And just talk about this, Amanda.
For sure. So this started under our founder, who was a veteran. Now we still employ mostly veterans and first responders. That's still very important to us. Mm-hmm. But this program started under him. Someone said, "Hey, I want a flag," and so he made a flag from the barn he had taken down. That's how it started. And so you'll see on here, like the Chris Kyle Foundation, Chris Kyle purchased one of our flags. We actually made a special one for him that has like a coin rail on it. So if you're in the military, you collect coins, that. So our flags, we make these flags where the whole thing can hold your coins on it, and you can display those things in your home for everyone to see. And then you're able to tell your story of where you've been, who you've met, the history that you've seen unfold. And our Flags for Heroes program really comes back to our way to give back. And so every purchase of a flag, which there's my Cubby flag that we were talking about earlier.
We should put the Cardinals down below it. Thank goodness.
We got you covered, Michelle. So we got the Cardinals and we got the Cubbies here, and we got them fighting Illini as well. How's that?
We do. So that one was a new one that I implemented because we're big Illini fans in our family. But every single one of those flags is made from authentic American barnwood, and most of that barnwood comes from right here in Sangamon County, or if not in Sangamon County, it's in surrounding counties. So that's all local barnwood that we use to create these items that our veterans at First Front use to create these flags for you. And then a portion of all of our flag sales goes back to nonprofits that also support veterans or first responders. And this is a program that's always expanding and growing. So I had someone call a couple weeks ago and they wanted a St. Louis Blues flag. And so we created everything for the St. Louis Blues flag. And then now we have a St. Louis Blues flag. And so we want to support everyone in what they want to create also. And that's the thing I love about being a custom wood shop. They come to us and they say, I need this. I can't find it anywhere. Can you make it? And we say yes. And now we've got the tools and resources to make those things. So
this is awesome. Spoon butter. I love it.
Spoon butter. That's how you rejuvenate your wood, you know?
That's right. So this is fantastic. So I absolutely love, and so man, to talk a little bit about the process of like, I know we were doing due diligence on like, hey, what shopping cart should you go on? And like, so Damon, Jason, our buddy Jason, we pulled him in, he did a phenomenal job here. So talk a little bit about the process of like getting the website and like making it come to life here.
For sure. So that was another part, IMEC really listened to me about what we needed and helped me find a solution. And then they brought me to you, Kurt and Jason, and you guys also walked me through, okay, now that we know what our goal is, how do we get there? What's the best way? And there's always options out there of different websites you can, and shopping carts and all the things, which is, as an entrepreneur, I don't have time to look into that because I'm looking into 9,000 other things. So if I have someone who can support me and say, hey, here's the pros, here's the cons, what do you want to do? That was just, I love it. It was streamlined. It was easy. And you guys brought me every option and said, here's why I would do this. Here's why I would do this. What do you want to do? And so you let me pick, but you also brought me, all of my options and even things to research. Like if I still was on the fence about something, you'd say, hey, here, go look at these. Tell me what you think. And so we decided on a certain platform and shopping cart. And then from there, it was also super easy. I just got an email one day. It was like, hey, here's what it looks like. What do you think? And so I jumped on a call for 5 minutes and said, I like this. I like this. I don't like that. I don't like that. And they said, okay, great. We'll fix it. We'll come back to you in a week. And so you did. I mean, it was like snappy. Whereas if I was the one doing this, it would have taken me months. And I guarantee I wouldn't have a website by the end of the year that functioned like this. It was super easy, but I felt like I was listened to the whole time. And my goal was what stayed front and center. And that's, because, as an entrepreneur, you're like, like I know someone else can do it, but they can't do it as good as me, we kind of had that mentality. So to have that support where I feel like I was listened to the whole time and my goals were top of line, no matter what. I don't even know what, I never felt like Jason or Kurt or anyone's goals were anything else besides me. So that was great.
Nice. That's fantastic. What I'll do, I know, man, we're coming into time. I know guys are super busy. We need to keep moving on. Nicole drops a note here, say beautiful furniture. I want a piece for my home. Nicole. So guys, you got to check out Sangamon Reclaimed. It's absolutely a phenomenal product line. Again, made in USA, sustainability. You're hearing about the culture and the dynamic team and group that you're building. You've got your whole family involved here, Amanda. That's just awesome.
Whether they want to be or not.
And it's, you've got the community involved, and again, just a little bit of history in Springfield, Illinois. So I just love the story behind it is just so fantastic. Michelle, let's talk a little bit as we're winding down here. So manufacturers out there, like, man, are you kidding me? You guys did all that for, just share a little bit of like, your experience, your process of like how you help those manufacturers, moving forward. That was a project that went on in the spring. So if somebody's interested now, how do they reach out and connect with the amazing team at IMEC?
Actually, the best way is probably just if you go through our website, but you can contact me direct. I actually can connect you with the right person internally. We have regional managers all across the state of Illinois. So we have anyone probably right in your area that will be glad to come direct to you, get to know more about you, your facility, sit down with you, or if you would feel more comfortable about just having a virtual meeting. That's what we're about. Talk about what you're looking for and what do we got to do to help you get to that next step and where you're at. And if you don't know where you're at, and you just want to get an operational excellence assessment just to know, we're happy to do that as well. It's just we're here to help Illinois manufacturers. Contact myself or our team via the website, and but connect with me on LinkedIn. I'm happy to help you there.
Before we wrap up, Michelle, real quick, I know, and I'd be disappointed myself if I didn't give a shout out to amazing folks on your team, Melissa, Simone, Chris, Noah, and I'm probably leaving out a ton, Dr. David Belay, my dear friend Emily Lee, who's moved on to a new career at Caterpillar. Talk a little bit about just some of the folks, and I know we can't cover everybody, but just talk a little bit about just the rock stars at IMEC.
Oh my gosh, there's so many of them. So yeah, there's a whole team. That marketing team, you talk about Simone, and we have Simone and Megan and Christy, and we've brought on 2 new young people that are fabulous, fresh out of college. Nice. Fresh energy. It's wonderful. And they really have the pulse on where we're headed now with the growth and the social media and such. So it's very exciting. And then we have that knowledge. We've got, we did just recently had a team meeting all together, and we did that whole stand up, who's been here over 25 years. And we do have those people with that longevity, but we have those new people fresh out of college. So we have a wide range of experiences, people that have been actually plant managers, have owned their own businesses, that are now here to help other Illinois manufacturers take that next step. And then we have all these tech specialists that work with direct in-house on site with, it could be your lean issues, it could be your just efficiency and operational excellence. It really is about what does that manufacturer need to take that next step. So we're fortunate with the knowledge base that we have that is here to help those Illinois manufacturers. And like I said, it's over 25 years down to the fresh one right out of college. So we're excited about that. And we couldn't do it without that guidance. So you talk about Dave Belay. He is fabulous. Amanda, he's in your backyard. So he's right there. So it's awesome. But yeah, so it's fabulous to have that direction, and our business office is a support person support to us. So we couldn't do it without this whole team of people out there to make it happen. So we're excited that we're able to help all the manufacturers that we do.
Well, that's phenomenal. And again, just kind of recap, guys, if you're just popping in or just you're catching this maybe on a replay, it's just, as an entrepreneur, it's just so wonderful to have that trusted guide, that resource. If you go on the IMEC website, you're going to see they have all sorts of fun webinars. I know I've connected with Paula recently, so now you're on your diversity and inclusion direction. As a matter of fact, we're doing a really fun. We've lined up a great slew of speakers for a supply chain, and the speakers are on diversity. And Damon, it's like Sarah Scudder, it's Sneha, it's DC, all folks that have been on our program. We've lined up a home marketing webinar series that's going to be coming up at IMEC in the fall. We're starting at the end of this month, at the end of July, and it's running all through October, actually. And so, guys, all sorts of great resources at IMEC. So, guys, as we close down, Amanda, what your experience with IMEC sounds super positive. Would you recommend friends, family, your dog? Would you recommend everybody, all your loved ones, to IMEC? What do you think there?
Oh, you got it for sure. And I don't know how much, you guys have touched on IMEC before this, but they have trainings for like my operations manager. So he can jump into these trainings, and and it's just like to have that resources at my hand. I don't have to go pay to send him somewhere to get trained. I mean, that's huge, especially for, a small business like mine. That's huge. The amount of opportunities they offer are just wide.
That's a good point, because it could be the single shingle type house that needs the help, or it's that, up to 500 manufacturer or employees. So it is all small to mid-sized manufacturers is the main goal, but we're here for everyone.
Yeah. So, Amanda, you're on your path. You're going to be building a manufacturing giant, and we are huge fans. We support you. You're such an inspiration, such a thrill. Awesome. As we close out, so I'm going to ask you guys, we were going to get into a baseball conversation, but I think we're running out of time here. So, Amanda, my last question for you, my friend, who inspires you today? You've gone from academia, athletic director, coach, Now you're an awesome mom, entrepreneur, throwing on all sorts of different hats throughout the day. You're selling fireworks to celebrate our country's birthday coming up on July 4th. Who inspires you today?
Gosh, I feel like I am blessed. Like I truly do. I know everyone comes from my situation, but my mom, my grandma, my aunt, they're just like the hardest working people I have ever met. And they will work. My grandma is 88 and she works harder than me. I don't know how she does it. She just got a new hip last week and she's like, let's go plant some flowers. I'm like, what? It's hot outside. I mean, I have, and none of them are entrepreneurs, but their work ethic is what got them where they are. And I feel like my work ethic is what got me where I'm going. And I want to be like them someday, you know?
Nice.
You're well on your way. What's grandma's name?
Grandma Joanne.
Hey, God bless. We send our love and our warmth out to Grandma Joanne. We hope she has a quick recovery on that hip. And so thank you for sharing that. Michelle, I'm going to throw the same question at you.
Oh boy.
You're just absolutely rocking it with manufacturers throughout the great state. Like you said, if you're a manufacturer, Chicago, all the way down to the southern tip and everybody in between. And guys, if you're coming to us from outside of Illinois, you reach out to your MEP. You're just getting a small taste of just the passion, the enthusiasm, the dedication to helping manufacturers. Michelle, who's your inspiration today?
Wow. Today, I have to pick this team that I work with. I really do think that they keep me level set. And then coming back to these manufacturers and hearing these stories, just talking to Amanda is inspiring. But these are the reasons. This is the reason I do what I do. This is what I plan on. My plan is being with IMEC till retirement is where I want to be. And believe me, if anyone knew me, it was
nice.
I always was unsettled. Never felt like I was really where I needed to be. And it inspires me to hear these stories and to be with this team that is so passionate about helping Illinois manufacturers. And that's what they too. They work and believe in the mission, and that's what we need to do. Help these Illinois manufacturers thrive.
That's right. That is awesome. Michelle, last question. Greatest shortstop in baseball history? I'm just asking.
Shortstop. Let's talk about catchers. It's a Yachty moment.
I was thinking Ozzie. I was going to go old school
for
older guys. I'm like, I don't care if you're a Cardinals fan or not, man. Ozzie Smith Damon back in the 80s. Was there anybody better than I? I don't care if you're not a Cardinals fan. I was thinking about Ozzie Smith. So, anyway. All right. We will wind down, guys. Thank you. I'll tell you, you both are such an inspiration to us and everybody out there. Thank you for taking the time to share your energy, your passion, your enthusiasm. Amanda, we wish you just monster success. We want this just be you're going to be an e-commerce giant. How does that feel?
Working on it.
Working on it.
And then I'm going to retire to the boondocks so no one can find me.
There you go. Just find that reclaimed barn and you can
got it.
Right? That's right. So, guys, thank you. Have an amazing, incredible week. Damon, we're back here on Friday, and guess what? We have another IMEC client on Friday. We have APL engineered. We had a guy. How many manufacturers have PhDs? We had one on Friday, and Dr. Gotham is going to be joining us this Friday. He's from another manufacturer in the great state of Illinois. He's right in Urbana, right up the road from you, Amanda, and he's a big Illinois fan. So we'll be talking about the Fighting Illini a little bit there, but we're going to be talking about IMEC on Friday on our show. Damon, you've got Faces of Business on Tuesday and Thursday. Yeah. Hey, maybe you need to have this person down here on Faces of Business sometime. So
that's certainly, writing that one down.
All right. So, guys, have an awesome week. Thank you. And
thanks so much.
Michelle, Amanda, hang out for 1 second, and we'll catch you guys soon. God bless you. Thanks.